Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and you are learning English with engvid.com. That's engvid.com. And today we have an interactive speaking lesson. So I am going to give you some standard English questions and sentences, and then tell you their casual English equivalents. So you can say what people actually say in informal speaking situations with their friends, their colleagues, people they meet in a restaurant, for example. So all of the stuff you have today, all of the things we learn here today will be applicable to real life. And I am going to give you a chance to listen and repeat. So this will help you with your listening, with your vocabulary development, and your speaking skills. So let's get started with number one. Of course, if you want to offer your help to someone, you can ask them, "Do you need any help?" Right? So why don't you repeat that after me? Do you need any help? Okay, good. And yeah, you can feel it flow as almost one word. Do you need, right? Do you need any help? Do you need any help? Now, a more casual way to offer your help to someone is to say, I'm going to go over here for now, is do you need a hand? So, of course, if you are going to help someone, typically you will use your hand or give them something or help them open a door or carry something heavy. So why don't you repeat after me? Do you need a hand? Was that too fast? Okay, I will try it a little slower. Do you need a hand? Okay, good. So next time you see someone who needs help with something, you can ask them this question. Hey, do you need a hand with that, for example? Okay, next. I didn't hear you. So this happens in conversations where someone says something and maybe you're in a noisy environment. Maybe the person's volume is really low. Maybe they are sick. And they say, sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said. Now you notice I didn't say I didn't listen you. When you are using the physical ability of hearing, the verb is hear. You can also say in a casual situation with someone you're familiar with, comfortable with, I didn't catch that. So you can catch a ball, for example. You can also catch someone's words or catch someone's meaning or message. So repeat after me. I didn't catch that. Okay. And are you catching everything that I am saying? So let's continue to number three. If you want to invite a person to your home, of course you can say, hey, do you want to come to my house? And you can add to that question, do you want to come to my house for dinner, for lunch, to watch a movie, for example? A more common casual way to ask a person to come to your home or just to come to where you are right now is, do you want to come over? So here we have come over. Remember, over. So they are coming from where they are. This is where you are, and they are coming over to where you are. So repeat this invitation with me. Do you want to come over? And if you are a little more advanced, we will do a faster version of this where we say, do you want to come over? So listen to me. Do you want to come over? I'm sorry. I know it's a tough one. Do you wanna come over? Okay, we can work on that. And next, if you want to express your disbelief or your shock at something you saw, something you heard, a piece of news that you just learned about, of course you can say, I don't believe it, right? So this is a very standard thing to say, like, I don't believe it. That can't be true. That's impossible. That's very shocking. A more casual way, a more casual response, an interjection is to say, no way, right? So you can say no way to express your disbelief. You can also use no way to express like a strong refusal to do something. So if someone asks you to do something and you don't want to do it, like if they say, hey, can you give me $200 and I will pay you back in 3 months? And say, no way, right? No, like you can say no way to refuse someone. You can also say it in a way that shows your disbelief. So again, you see a video and it looks incredible. You can say, whoa, I don't believe it. Or, no way, no way. So repeat after me. I have said it a lot already. No way. And now let's use the intonation to show like a refusal when you want to say mm-mm. So even say the mm-mm with me. Repeat after me. Mm-mm, no way. Good. Okay. And next, when you are talking about the price of something, something can be cheap, which means it does not cost a lot of money. Something can be expensive, which means it costs a lot of money. Another way to say something is expensive, instead of expensive, you can use the word pricey, pricey. And you can see the word price. So what is the price? What is the cost? So repeat after me. It's very pricey. Okay. And you can also say it's a little pricey. So let's try that one too. It's a little pricey. Okay, very good. So pricey just means expensive. It costs a lot of money. Next, if someone asks you, hey, where did you put my bottle, for example? Say, oh, it was empty. I put it in the garbage. Now, if it's a plastic bottle, it should be in the recycling or something like that. Just an example. Instead of saying you put something in the garbage, by the way, garbage, very Canadian, American. If you travel to other areas of the world, such as England, you will probably hear the word bin. So I put it in the bin, the garbage can, or just the bin. You can also say the phrasal verb is throw out. So you can say, and repeat after me right away, I threw it out. Okay, and here you can see we have threw it out. So we have this like liaison. In French, we say like a liaison, where it sounds like one word, threw it out, threw it out. So try that one more time with a smooth pronunciation. I threw it out. Right, so you're connecting the consonants to the vowels. It out, it out, it out. And you notice I'm using like a flapped T here, like threw it out, it out. It sounds like a D almost. In the UK, in England, you can also just say, sorry, I binned it, right? I binned it. I threw it in the bin. I threw it in the garbage. So repeat after me. I binned it. Excellent. Next, let's go. Let's leave. If you want to start a journey to another place because you are going home, or maybe you are going to a concert and you want to encourage people to move, say, okay, let's go, or let's leave, okay, if you're leaving a place. Instead of that, in both situations, you can say, let's get going. So get, one of the most frequently used words in a variety of contexts in English. In this case, let's move, let's go, let's leave. So let's get going. This means let's start the process of movement. Let's start the process of going somewhere. So repeat after me. Let's get going. Okay, good. Let me ask you a question with get going, actually. How long does it take you to get going in the morning? So this means you're starting your engine in the morning, like your body is waking up and, what's going on? Like, does it take you a long time to really get going in the morning? Or does it take you, do you get going instantly? Do you jump out of your bed in the morning? So to get going, to get started, to move. Is that true? Okay, this is the next one. Standard question. Is that true? I want to know if it's false, if it's true. Is it a lie? Instead of saying, is that true, with your friends, if they show you like a video or a piece of news on a phone, you can also just say, for real? Right? For real? It's the R, because you have for real, it sounds like one R here. So you can also say for real, or for real. It depends on how you feel at the moment, basically. So repeat after me. For real? That's how I say it. That's my intonation. I always go up like, for real? Okay. You can also say for real, right? And of course, another word, I know you can do this in many languages. You can just say, seriously? Did you repeat? I didn't tell you to repeat, but I know you did. In case you didn't, let's do these one more time. Repeat after me. For real? Seriously? Like, I want to know if that is true. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Or I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm not being serious. I'm just playing, basically. Another way to say, I'm just joking with you, or I'm just kidding, is I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you. So to mess with someone means to do something that is not serious in a way to try to trick them or make them think that something is the case when it is not the case. You can say, no, I'm not serious. I'm not serious. I'm just messing with you. So you see the word mess, right? A room can be clean. A room can be messy. And you see the word mess here. It's like, I'm just messing with you, right? I'm just trying to play with your mind in this case. So repeat after me. I'm just messing with you. Now, I wouldn't actually say it that way. That sounds a little too polite. So I would say it like this. I'm just messing with you. Okay. Now, one more. Let's meet. You can just say, let's meet at the location, like let's meet at the theater, let's meet at the park, let's meet downtown. Another way to make meet a little bit more casual, and you probably know this if you have studied phrasal verbs before, if you just add the word up. Many phrasal verbs, or many verbs, turn into phrasal verbs and suddenly sound a little more cool or cooler, depending on who you ask. And so instead of meet, we can say meet up. So here, let's meet up at the theater. Now I sound very staccato. Let's meet up at the theater. So let's make it smoother. Let's meet up at the theater. Let's meet up at the theater. Let's meet up at the theater. Okay, repeat after me. First, slow. Let's meet up at the theater. Okay. And you notice when you are reading, when you're speaking in English, you are linking with phrasal verbs. You're always linking the verb with the particle. So meet up, and then meet up at. And when you have a preposition, a prepositional phrase like at the theater, in my home, at 6 o'clock, in your house, it also sounds like one word. So meet up at the theater. Let's meet up at the theater. You see that? So one more time. Let's meet up at the theater. Okay, fantastic. You're done. We just did an interactive speaking lesson. You got to practice your listening. You got to practice your speaking. Do you feel good? Yeah? Okay. Now you're wondering, how am I going to remember all of this? Well, regular practice. One of the ways that you can do regular practice is come back to this video, go to engvid.com, that's engvid.com, and check out the quiz that is attached to this video. If you are watching on YouTube, you can get all of the details in the description. So until next time, can I use one of these? I haven't thought if I can use one of these. I didn't catch that. Do you want to come over? No way. It's really pricey. I binned it. Ah, there we go. I need to get going. So that means I need to go. So bye for now. I'm going to get going. Check out the quiz on engVid. Subscribe, like, share, tell your friends. Bye.